Hello everyone, Paisen here, and this is going to be a very special video because it's going to be celebrating a very special anniversary for a very special series for me, and that is the Pikmin series. So yes, it's been 20 years since the very first game came out on October 26, 2001. I remember receiving the very first game, I think as a Christmas gift when I was only like 3, 4, or 5 years old, a long time ago, and along with my GameCube. And wow, I don't think I've ever seen a more magical experience as a kid, and I was just hooked since. Um, so this video is just gonna be me showing you guys stuff that I have in my collection that I can represent Pikmin with. As like I don't have as much stuff, shamefully, as I would like to be able to showcase my love for Pikmin, but I assure you it is my number one franchise and one that I hold dearly. So I'll go ahead and start with the very first game here. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the first Pikmin game released in October 26, 2001 in Japan. Like I said previously, I got this as a Christmas gift. I think it was during launch or maybe a bit after, but this isn't my original copy. I unfortunately lost that at some point. This is something that I bought recently. I hadn't had the game since I lost it so many years ago, but I rebought this back during July of this year. Saw a pretty good listing of it for like 50 something, and I had to jump on it because now the prices are starting to go like 70 beyond. So yeah, this comes complete with the manual there, disc, which seems to be in great condition, and a pretty good condition for the case as well. This game, wow, like its atmosphere, the music, the feel of nature, the Pikmin AI, the enemies you face, everything, the environments that you explore, it's all just so serene, magical, and perfect. Like the best atmospheric game I've played like in my life, for sure. Next we have Pikmin 2, which came along 3 years later in 2004. Yeah, on April 2004. Just like number one, I had received this as a gift. This is actually my original one. Yeah, I got the player's choice one when I was a kid. So this is still the original casing game that I have since my childhood. The disc has seen better days. I don't know if you'll be able to tell from that. Yeah, see those scratches. It's seen better days. I don't know if it really works anymore or not, but this is definitely my favorite game. Sure, it kind of ruins the nature atmosphere that the first game had, but I think gameplay wise, like the Pikmin of the AI were improved. The day limit system was removed, which I think was a pretty good idea because it made the longevity or the replayability of this game skyrocket. The multiplayer is amazing. I could name a million of reasons of why I prefer 2 over 1, but overall the atmosphere and feeling of the first one I still feel like it's the best. So they're like very close to each other. And yeah, I don't have the manual or anything because that stuff is way too pricey for the second game. I'm not gonna bother. So then there was a very long pause till the third game. I think it was a 9-year wait, and there was a 2008 Wii New Play Control release for this and a 2009 one for this second game, but those are just ports and not really like a new game. Technically, from 2 to 3, it was 9 whole years until we finally got Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. So, just like with Pikmin 1, unlike Pikmin 1, I never owned a Wii U, meaning I never owned Pikmin 3. I always felt like I was missing out on such an amazing game because from all the previews and stuff back then, like it looked so good, but I just was never able to nab myself a Wii U for some reason, and missed out on this. But recently this year I finally picked it up. I think it was August. I think it was on August, so a couple months ago. I got this on a listing on eBay. Came complete with all the inserts and the manual. The disc is just fine. It's very pretty. But yeah, so I actually still don't have a Wii U. I'm basically just like collecting cheap Wii U games that are essential for my Wii U collection. Um, like Smash, Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, just stuff like that that I really want. Star Fox Zero. Well, it was Pikmin 3. From what I saw, it looked very good. But then I actually did give it a try in deluxe, and I wouldn't really say that I'm okay. I'd be lying if I'd say I wasn't a little bit disappointed by it, but I'll get to that in a bit. So then 4 years later, we were in a drought for Pikmin 4 because Miyamoto had promised us Pikmin 4, but it's nowhere to be seen, and instead we got this in I think it was July 2017. Hey Pikmin, which is a 2D platformer spin-off by the people who made New Yoshi's Story, which was not that well received. Now let me go ahead and say, okay, so this game did not. It already sold. Okay, this game came out like several months after the Switch had come out, and people were pretty much done with the 3DS. So it didn't sell that well. It was only like about 450,000 according to VG Charts, which is way less than this one, which was like about over a million. This is also over a million. This one's also over a million. So they're like million sellers. This one, no, it didn't even reach 500,000. I wouldn't say the game is bad. Like, I know it gets a terrible rep because it came out at such a poor time, but honestly, it was okay. It's not like the worst thing ever, but I'd say it's an okay game, like an okay 2D platform, but it's not a good Pikmin game. That's how I'll say it. But I did go through it. I do have my qualms with it, but I don't really think it's a bad game, to be honest. I got it, oh yeah, I got this off of I think it was off a Toys R Us that was actually closing, and I got this for like 20 something dollars, 21 bucks I think, some clearance. Then there was another drought of Pikmin until finally in October 30th, 2020, Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out. This was a complete surprise, and nobody was really expecting this. Yeah, so they decided to port over Pikmin 3 on the Wii U to the Switch, called it Deluxe because it added all the DLC onto here for you to play on from the get-go, and it included a bunch of extra little missions, side missions, and animations, and a bunch of improvements. Visually, it didn't. All they did was just like improve the shading quality and that kind of stuff, very minor stuff, but they it's a pretty, like, content wise, it's definitely an upgrade. So yes, this was finally the time that I finally gave Pikmin 3 a try, and it's an amazing game, do not get me wrong. It's a beautiful game, an amazing game, but honestly, the main story was just so weird. Like, it tries to emulate the first game with like the limited time system again, but it does it kind of badly because the things that you have to collect are just so easy to obtain that it kind of makes the day limit thing. The day limit thing is the amount of juice supply that you have, which is so easy to come by even in the hardest difficulty, and it just kind of ruins it. Like, it kind of just makes this game look like a complete wrecking ball of difficulty, like super mega hard compared to this. It was still an amazing game. I enjoyed every moment of it. Anyway, the pacing is also a bit weird. I'd say that the story as well kind of lackluster. I kind of wanted more of it, but I do love the character interactions, all the extras and the goodies. It's all very good. So definitely still an amazing game, but I'd be lying if I wasn't like still kind of disappointed. So, and I also plan on reviewing this game. It's gonna be like my first game review, so stay tuned to that. So this is the Pikmin franchise. Pikmin 1, 2, 3, 3 Deluxe, and Hey Pikmin. The thing is, this is technically not even like the full series. There's actually like a spin-off that was only in Japan, only through like the e-reader. If any of you remember that, there's like a puzzle that you use cards that you get from card packs, but I don't have any of those. I don't really plan on getting those anytime soon, but at some point I will. So now let's go ahead and just get to the rest of the stuff that I own for Pikmin. Oh, look at this. I aligned them like this and they look so good like this. You have no idea how happy it makes me that I finally have the entire like series like this. I get very emotional. Like, just, you guys have no idea how much I adore Pikmin. It means the world to me. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and go to the other goodies. So I have this magazine here called Club Nintendo. So I've mentioned this magazine before. It was actually in the Metroid 35th anniversary collection video that I did back in August. I'll card to that in the top corner if you guys want to see that. But basically, this is a officially Nintendo licensed magazine like Nintendo Power, but it was distributed through Central American countries and in the Caribbean countries and islands as well, including Puerto Rico, which is my grandparents love sending me these, and we have a whole stack of them over there. And this one featured Pikmin 3. This was around the time whenever Pikmin 3 was coming out in the Wii U, and this magazine was really trying to push for its success and was trying to really hype it up. I'm trying to get to the section where it talks about it in depth here. Yeah, here we go. So we have this very nice illustration here of the clay. Also, the clay aesthetic of the Pikmin series I've always just adored. That's why, like, this cover is so iconic to me, because the clay of the clay setup of the character is so good. Same thing here. So yeah, this magazine just talks about like their experience with the game. It's all in Spanish though. For those that don't really understand Spanish, you won't be able to kind of see what some of this stuff says. And the thing that I really like is that here they actually go into detail. This is back then, like in 2013, where they kind of like have a little guide here of how can you keep up with the series. Well, in the first game, this is the origin. You can play it on the GameCube, and then or you can play it on the Wii with the new play control, and then it's like the return, the return of the series, which is also on the GameCube and also on the Nintendo Select Wii, which is the only way that we and people in the US got it. And it's saying that then there's the new mission, which is going to be coming in 2013 with a new Pikmin adventure. So that's pretty cool. If you guys are like enthusiasts of Nintendo magazines and you want to search for this, Club Nintendo, that's what it's called. But yeah, this is like, I don't know if it really even counts as Pikmin apparel, but yeah, being featured on a magazine I guess counts. Then I'll show stuff that I got off of my Nintendo rewards, physical rewards. So first I have this sticker set which shows all the types of Pikmin: the red, yellow, blue, flying Pikmin, white, purple, and rock. My personal favorite, of course, is yellow, and if you have me on Switch, you know since day one, since I've had my Switch, that's always been my icon. Then we have Alf there, Bulborb, and then the logo. It's very cute. I don't think they really have it anymore at the My Nintendo, so maybe they might come back. They have come back with it before. The next reward are these cute little coasters. Go ahead and set them all down so you can see them all in a row here. They're very thin and flimsy, so I don't even know if they're worth using for coasters, so I'm just gonna keep them as collectibles, to be honest. Yeah, we have one coaster here with a Bulborb looking at a feast of Alf and a bunch of Pikmin running by. Ah, yes, you know I absolutely love this coaster. It just shows a yellow Pikmin chilling on top of a mushroom, it seems. Here it shows a bunch of Pikmin hiding in the grass, and then of course the iconic third game logo, box art, is on this one. So we have these. Let's go ahead and push that back. And then lastly, yeah, I don't have much, sadly, to showcase my love for Pikmin. I wish I did, but it's just kind of hard to get a hold of stuff, you know. And sometimes, like how these games are getting very pricey, and I hadn't gotten serious in game collecting yet. So this year I finally did just go deep dive, like, yeah, I'm gonna take this seriously, I'm gonna start getting games. So finally have the full set of these. That was my highest priority. So the rest are just like little figurines and accessories and random stuff that I found on the internet and stores. So first it's this phone and tech badge. It's a sticker accessory that you peel and you attach to your phone, laptop, or iPad and stuff, and it just sticks. Of course, I don't really know if I'll be opening it, of course, but it's cute. It cost me like $5. It was a Target exclusive. I don't think they sell it anymore though. But I got it off of eBay from someone for like $5. It took quite a while for this to get here, to be honest. Then the last thing is this World of Nintendo. If you know, it's a very popular line of figurines by Nintendo licensed stuff. Then I got the red Pikmin one, you can see there. It looks very cute and way too big for actual life size, but you know, it's still very cute. So there we go. I've shown you all the Pikmin stuff that I own. Again, it's not much. It's just like I have one magazine that showcases it, some stickers, some coasters, a phone badge, little figurine of red Pikmin, and of course all the main games. And that's about it. No posters, no plushies, no actual figures. I will be at some point getting those, I promise. As time goes on, I really do want to start getting that stuff. But it's kind of hard with this pandemic, you know, going on to get a hold of things. But yep, this is my Pikmin collection. Happy anniversary and happy birthday, Pikmin 1. You opened my eyes to knowing what magic is in video games. You made my childhood sparkle. Thank you so much for everything, all the games, even you, Wii U version of Pikmin 3 that I've never played. Even you hate Pikmin, which is the black sheep of the series, but I still appreciate for what you are. And you, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, for finally letting me experience Pikmin 3, albeit being a bit disappointed with the main story, but still a magical time. And for you, most of all, Pikmin 2 for being my absolute favorite video game of all time, for just being literally a work of art, masterpiece, never to be touched. Yeah, so that was my video of my 20th anniversary of Pikmin. Go ahead and watch my Metroid 35th anniversary if you haven't. If you like this, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you guys experience with Pikmin, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm only 11 more away from having 100 subscribers. I can't believe it. I'm actually getting pretty close to 100 subscribers. I'm getting so excited. But yeah, this video, I know it's pretty long, but I really wanted to spend my time explaining to you and showing you my absolute love and appreciation of this franchise. I want more people to really get into this. Like, for example, Pikmin 3 Deluxe sold over 2 million, and it became, if you combine it with the Wii U version, it's like, I think 3.3 million, and oh my goodness, that's like so happy. 3 million people have played Pikmin 3 in total, and that just blows my mind. I love you, Switch, for letting so many people experience Pikmin. Please, Nintendo, bring these two to Switch, please. You'd be doing yourself a favor. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to my nonsense, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.